Well, that was the conversation that I had on Tuesday on the maritime industry with Mr. Okebekwe, the Chief Executive Officer of International Trade Advisory Services Limited. And of course, we talked about there. So, you know, and I'm so glad that at least we have response. So after that, I was contacted by the special advisor to the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy. And guess what? He's right here in the studio. I really want to appreciate you for the response, because I've done this a couple of times for the Minister of Agriculture, and we didn't get any response. Or I got response, I got calls, but we didn't have, you know, enough attention to come on and address the issues. So honestly, Dr. Bolaji Akinola, Special Advisor to the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, we appreciate the fact that you saw it and you felt that you had a response, and you are here to defend that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. So now, the conversation there was about everything, but the part that caught your attention most was, where is the minister in all of this, in the port deal, in the upgrade and talks and everything? Where is the minister? So where is the minister?
so thank you very much. We are public officers. It's our responsibility also to educate and enlighten the public on what government is doing. So yes, the minister is very much there. He's very much a part of what happened. He's the one that supervises the activities of the ports through the Nigerian Ports Authority. He initiated this deal, I can tell you that for sure. It's been quite a while in the works. It's taken over a year to get here. But don't forget, this is a federal government project, and the government is one. So I think what got people confused was that it was the Minister of Finance that signed. That was the financing aspect of the deal. So the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency, Dr. Adegboyega Oyetola, was very much a part of it. In fact, he initiated it, okay, and it was part of the negotiation, and then up to the point of signing. But the signing had to be done with the Minister of Finance, because that was the financing aspect of it. But the implementation and the whole of it, yes, is very much within the purview and supervision of the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy.
So we can expect that, thank you for clarifying that. Yeah. We can expect that now that the deal has been signed, yes, when it comes to the implementation, it is totally on the plate of the minister.
Not just even the implementation. I said he initiated it. He initiated it. It was his idea that, look, we cannot continue to use the infrastructure of the 1970s to drive trade of 2026. It was his idea that, look, we needed to do something drastically different from the way it was done before. So he initiated it. He drafted the memo to the Federal Executive Council and got the approval for it to be done, and he is going to supervise the implementation.
Okay, thank you for that. But there are some aspects of that, you know, that of the agreement that has also raised some questions. Yes. So some people say it's because, well, we didn't really have a choice, so we had to agree. And that part is the one that says, for instance, that at least £236 of the deal's value will be directed back to the UK suppliers, benefiting the British industry. That's one. The other one is British Steel secured £70 million, you know, to supply 120,000 tons of the steel pellets for port works. So when you add this, obviously this is also going to be subtracted from the 743. So people are asking, we have a Jaukuta Steel here. Why did we agree to a deal that is going to compete with a domestic or local industry? Okay, so is Jaukuta Steel producing enough steel for a project of this magnitude? The answer is no. So, I mean, we import a lot of steel into the country. So it's a huge project. You are not looking at the side of what Nigeria is going to benefit, okay? We are going to be creating up to 20,000 jobs in the course of this
port modernization and upgrade. Okay, it's a huge win for our country. It's competitive financing. Okay, so in the first place, the steel that will be used, most of the materials that will be used in the first place will be imported, because there certainly won't be local alternatives for many of those things. We are talking of port modernization and upgrade. We are talking about automation. We don't produce most of the things. We're going to have to eventually import it. So you don't expect the UK to give you the financing, and then you use that money to go and get the materials from another country. Okay, so these are given. Okay, I don't see. So, but let's look at the advantage of this financing deal to Nigeria. Okay, Apapa Port, for instance, was built in 1913. That's over 100 years old. Since then, there has not been any meaningful or tangible investment in that port. 100 years after, and people are talking about palliatives every now and then. So something drastic had to be done. So it's important that this is done, and it's going to create more jobs for Nigerians. The Tinker Island port was commissioned in 1977. That is almost 50 years old. Since then, no upgrade, no tangible investment in the port. Most of the key aprons are already giving way. I'm sure you will know that. The access roads are already giving way. There is it's not modern anymore in that sense of the word. So we had to make this fresh injection. Don't look at importation of steel, and these are minor things. Nigeria stands to benefit. This is a port. The modernization, once is completed, will create new port system. Okay, for the country. All the bottlenecks associated with our port operations will be removed. We have lost a substantial amount of our transit cargoes. Many countries, landlocked countries around us, use Nigerian ports for transshipment in those days. But these days, we lost those transshipment cargo. This is going to bring back our transshipment cargo. It's going to make Nigerian ports the true hub of port operations in West and Central Africa. It's a total overhaul, huge port modernization and upgrade. Automation is going to come in. The channels will be dredged to accommodate up to vessels that can, or with draft of up to 16 meters. Right now we have 13 meters. And what that means is economy of scale. It means larger vessels can come. And when one vessel, big vessel, is carrying what 2 or 3 other vessels can carry, it means lower freight costs for Nigerian importers, well, you and me. And it will translate to lower cost of doing business at the ports and translate to cheaper cost of goods in the market for all of us. And it will also help our export business. The federal government is trying to diversify the economy through non-oil exports. Those non-oil exports will go out to the international market through the ports. Okay? So we need modern ports to support our export trade. And this is the key essence of this modernization and upgrade. 70 million pounds for steel to UK. Ooh, come on, these are
but you know, all of these
compared to the benefits that
all of these possibilities is hinged on if this deal goes through as planned, following the timelines. Because I've spoken to some industry people, you know, on, you understand, this is Nigeria. We've had a lot of laudable plans, deals, but seeing it through is another thing, especially the timelines.
Ini, this is not a plan. This is a project that has started. Approval has been granted. The deal has been signed. There is already contract awarded, and it's going to start in earnest. Perhaps you don't understand.
Timelines?
No, yes, there is a timeline. It's 48 months. Perhaps
so this should be done, and we should see new ports in Lagos in 48 months.
From groundbreaking, yes, 48 months.
Okay.
So it's not a plan. It's already, we're already on the journey to make it happen.
Okay.
This is not a government that abandons projects. This is a government that initiates and completes projects.
Wow, that's impressive. 48 months and counting down. I'm so glad that you gave that. But you also talked about the issue of bottlenecks. We expect that at the end of 48 months, it to be dealt with. But does that deal with, or first of all, let me not be the one to say it. Let me take, I spoke to the chairman of Shipping Association of Nigeria, Ms. Boma Alabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and she has some nice things to say, but she also has a question. So please, let's listen to Ms. Boma Alabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
Well, Minister of the Blue Marine, I have to give him his flowers. He has listened. He's been working quite actively behind the scenes. He's not one for too much noise so far. But you see that I engage with them. They've heard us. They're trying to make things work better. It's not easy to make change happen. And there's been resistance from those who benefit from the status quo. So for instance, our customs command, and I say this all the time, Nigeria, please, why is customs insisting on different silos? If I bring a vessel into Nigeria, and I have containers for tin can, if for any reason I'm unable to drop those containers at tin can, I cannot drop them in Onne. I have to take them back to China.
So I'm sure you were glad. I mean, when you say the minister listens, but some people in the industry are saying perhaps it is time for the minister to go beyond listening to taking action.
No, she didn't just say he listens. He's a performing minister.
Mrs. A quiet performing.
Yes, he works a lot. The Honorable Minister works a lot. He's a workaholic. But he doesn't, he's not given to too much of optics, okay? But he does his job, okay? So the point she has raised there borders on customs operations. She mentioned it expressly.
Yes.
That if you,
it's a very sad, sad situation.
It borders on customs operations, which borders on clearing of goods from our port, customs systems. Okay. Now, the Nigeria Customs Service is not under the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. It is an agency under the Ministry of Finance. So the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy does not supervise the Nigeria Customs Service. It's the Minister of Finance that supervises them. But the issue she raised is very important. And one of the bottlenecks within the port system is the cargo clearance system, which is very, very important. Because at the end of the day, even when the ports are efficient, you are able to effectively discharge the vessel, and the clearing system becomes an obstacle, it will create more cost for importers and for exporters. So, but that is being addressed. And on your program on Tuesday, which I listened to with Okebeke, you talked about the national single window.
Yeah, okay? But you know, she also said that she doesn't have a lot of faith in that single window because from past experience, even when there's an e-platform, when they go through that, then the customs will still ask them to bring the physical document. So we know it's not directly under the minister.
No. I will also speak to that. Right. Okay, so this is, you said from experience, but I've been in this industry for close to 30 years. This is the first time that we're implementing the National Single Window Platform. And this is the first time that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has given an express order that that project must work.
It's not like the Odogu, because I heard Odogu did not work.
No, Odogu is not national single window. Okay. Odogu is a customs...
It was also an initiative in the maritime sector, which was supposed to solve problems.
Not in the maritime. That is an initiative of the Nigeria Customs Service to replace their software. It's a software system within the customs operation, okay? This national single window you're talking about is a national project ordered by none other than the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So it's not going to be business as usual. Okay, so the National Single Window Project, which effectively, coincidentally takes off today, okay, I believe will address some of these issues. It's gradual, but it will be addressed, okay? But again, it is not directly, customs operations are not directly under the operations of under the supervision of His Excellency Dr. Adegboyega Oyetola, okay? But notwithstanding, because we run the ports, Nigerian Ports Authority reports to the Honorable Minister. Yes, we are very much interested in seeing to the operationalization and success of the national single window. So let's not talk about experience, okay? We've had all sorts of experience in this country, okay? But this is the first time the national single window is going live from today. And I believe it will be a different experience. So let's be optimistic and have faith. Yes.
Okay. All right. So another issue also around all of this is we appreciate the fact that Lagos Port is getting attention. But people are also asking, what happens to other ports? Because then we complain of congestion on the road, even though we're trying to do the rail alternative. Can't we look at, the potential in other ports also?
Yes, and I will answer that. Thank you very much. Very good question. I've had calls also I'm on some WhatsApp platforms, and people raised that up when that deal in UK was signed. But I hope we'll also have opportunity to talk about many other wonderful initiatives that have been happening in the sector under the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy. Now, regarding the ports outside Lagos, I assure you that they are also going to be modernized and upgraded the same way the ports in Lagos are being modernized and upgraded. Already, the procurement process, government is about due process, okay? And the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy is not one to do things anyhow. He follows due process. He reads every document and ensures that we all follow the process that must be followed in tackling the problems in the sector. So he has authorized the commencement of the procurement process for the modernization and upgrade of the ports outside Lagos. And I'm talking about the ports in Warri, Calabar, Onne, and Port Harcourt. Very soon, you will hear from us when that process is completed, and you will see that the same process that is happening in Lagos is going to be happening there. Now, the other question...
the minister works quietly. So
no. It's not just work quietly. We are in the public domain. We issue, Minister, I used to issue the press release yesterday.
Not been sending
so now I'm going to put
So now you'll be sending to channels.
I will certainly...
I'll be expecting those information.
Yes, so I think, Channel, we need to close that gap also with channels. I've had this comment many times that the minister is working quietly, not just from you, even from some other presenters on channels. But you see, this is not the issue. But then I'm taking it as a challenge to ensure that we close that gap, okay, with Channels TV in particular. Okay, it's very important. Yes. But let me also add that, look, we are going to work on the ports outside Lagos. But you see, the ports of Lagos are critical and very important. Believe it or not, Tinkan and Apapa ports combined handle close to 80%. 80% of our non-oil cargo, import and export. So we are not going to overlook that. It is important that the work starts from there because the volume is there. And then we are also going to deal with the other ports in the lifespan of this administration.
But meanwhile, we hear ship owners are happier and all under this administration. Ship owners, that the ministry is doing something.
Oh yes. It's
time to blow your trumpet.
No, it's not just about blowing the trumpet. See, I have been a strong advocate personally now of strengthening our indigenous capacity in the sector. And thank God I have the opportunity and privilege to work with a minister that also has that strong belief that charity must begin at home. He is determined and committed to strengthening our indigenous capacity in the shipping sector. Nigerian ship owners have not had the best of time for more than 20 years now. They've been struggling, and the minister is working to change that. There is a law called the Cabotage Law, that is the Coastal and Inland Shipping Act of 2003, which was set up to empower Nigerian ship owners to own vessels. But unfortunately, that law has not been properly implemented. There is a particular part of the law which provides for what is known as the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund, CVFF, which is a pool of funds to give to Nigerian ship owners to acquire vessels. Unfortunately, since 23 years now that fund was set up and money has piled up in the account, it hasn't been disbursed. The minister now has given the marching order to the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, which is another agency under his supervision, to ensure disbursement of that fund to Nigerian ship owners. So very soon, you will see Nigerian ship owners begin to acquire vessels, and then we'll create more jobs that way, and we'll be able to handle our own cargo, the movement of our own cargo on the waterways that way. He has even flagged up the Cabotage Vessel CVFF application portal where they can apply and get good deal. Good deal, objective. Yeah, that's why it's transparent. That's why you have the portal.
That's why it's virtual. It's online.
Yes, it's online. Okay. And then guess what? It's competitive interests. The banks, if you go to the bank now to want to borrow money to buy a vessel, they probably will be asking you for an arm and a leg. You pay well over 20%. But this is single-digit interest to Nigeria.
All right. Honestly, Dr. Akinola, I have to come back because there's fisheries in Nigeria, which I think is one area where we have potential but has been ignored for a long time. But we're totally out of time now. So I hope you'll be available next time that I reach out to you.
Yes, and I will be happy to come, and when you give us the opportunity to address the issue. There are a lot of other issues that we need to talk about, and I'll be glad to come some other time.
All right, Dr. Bolaji Akinola is a special advisor to the Honorable Minister of Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. So now, for our DSTV viewers, we're going to have to lead you to Abuja. The event there is the launch of the Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Business Incubation Certification. It's as a TET fund in Abuja, but that's for our DSTV viewers. If you're on other platforms, you can still stay with us here on Business Morning. If you're watching on YouTube or you're on DSTV but you want to continue watching this, please just hop to the platform on YouTube, our YouTube platform, and you would see Business Morning. That's for our DSTV viewers. Back, more issues to be discussed.